C'est tout.
Non,
Où ça? Là. Hop, copier. Et là, il faut que tu me l'envoies par mail. Attends, sur Gmail. Je me l'envoie parce que sinon ça va pas marcher. Nouveau.
je vais voir si ça fonctionne quand même.
Nouveau message.
Et pour l'instant, on a la même image partout, c'est pas mal.
Envoyer.
C'est cohérent.
Allez. Bon, je vous laisse reprendre la main.
Ouais, ça n'a pas bougé de toute façon. De toute façon, les lignes d'abeilles sont à 100.
Les nids d'abeilles sont à 100 et l'eau, je l'ai mis à 50 avec le frost et chaud-froid mélangé.
Ok. Alors, je vais juste voir si ça le prend quand même. Ça a l'air de le prendre direct. Ah oui, non, ah oui, mais d'accord, j'aimerais bien avoir le lien quand même. Voir si le lien fonctionne. Ça a l'air de fonctionner. Mais...
Et donc ça, c'est connecté à Zoom, c'est-à-dire c'est qu'on est là, ça va apparaître dans Zoom aussi.
Oui.
Tout...
En fait, on fait un double. En fait, ça fait du Zoom et du.
Oui, mais tout est contrôlé par ça.
Ouais.
Génial.
Ouais. Et donc demain, il n'y aura pas tout ça.
Ouais, tu m'avais dit ça, ouais.
Et en fait, ce qu'il faut juste faire attention sur la thème, c'est la même, plus ou moins, il y a moins de fonctionnalités dans cette. C'est juste qu'il faut mettre tout off.
Okay.
Ici là et on sur le 1. Là, parce qu'il faut rentrer le micro en fait.
D'accord, ça c'est le micro du coup.
Ouais, en fait ça c'est tout ce qui vient de la console.
Ouais.
Mais en fait là ce qui va se passer, je t'expliquerai plus tard, c'est que le technicien là-bas il va t'envoyer le son de là. Oui. Tu peux prendre le micro, il est branché celui-là, et après si tu veux prendre le serre-tête, tu peux prendre le serre-tête, sinon il y a les.
Allô.
Il faut taper un bouton juste là.
Allô, d'accord, donc ça marche. Ok. On pourra présenter
ça. C'est
ça.
l'audio à Zoom correctement.
Oui, en fait, voilà, donc ce qu'il va falloir, c'est que.
Mais tu peux lancer mon écran là?
Tu l'as branché ton ordi?
Ouais. Ah, pourquoi je bascule les affichages?
Ouais. Donc on a l'ordi sur le 2 pour l'instant. On a un ici, c'est le 1. Ce qu'on avait dit, on va mettre des couleurs.
Ouais, on n'a pas mis. C'est on met ça? C'est noir. Ah oui. Ah, et on voit sur le streaming.
En fait, là, je ne sais pas pourquoi. Et toi, tu as ton truc. Et là-haut, là, regarde. Ouais. Voilà.
Bon, mais c'est bon.
Donc on va dire le vert, c'est le 1. 1,
2, 3. D'accord.
Donc le vert, c'est le 1.
On peut démarrer comme vous voulez.
Le son qui va sur Zoom,
oui.
C'est le son de micro seulement.
Ouais, tout est récupéré ici. Hein.
Ok.
Et moi, j'envoie une sortie dans le ATEM. Le ATEM, il revient en USB sur l'ordinateur.
C'est-à-dire le son ambiant,
oui.
Ça, les gens sur Zoom n'entendent rien.
En fait, tout ce qui est branché sur la table, ils entendent.
Oui, mais genre le fait qu'on parle là,
non,
on entend rien.
Non, parce qu'il faut
vraiment dans le micro.
Ouais,
d'accord. Oui, c'est pour ça qu'il faut faire attention que les gens parlent.
Voilà. Le seul problème, c'est que si les gens ils parlent à côté du micro, par contre, les gens sur Zoom, bon, ça s'entend un peu de la salle, mais dans la salle, comme on s'entend aussi. Oui. Mais par contre, les gens dans Zoom, ils n'entendent rien. Quoi.
D'accord, donc on va faire attention.
Ouais, il faut que, même aussi, là où ça va être plus problématique, ça va être quand ils vont poser des questions. Parce que souvent, ils se lèvent, enfin, ils posent des questions sans prendre le micro et tout ça.
Et
je ne sais pas s'il y a une personne
on leur fait attendre. Enfin, moi, je vais courir avec le micro si besoin.
Je ne sais pas s'il faut que je demande à Frédéric s'il avait prévu une personne pour passer le micro dans la salle.
Je pense que Michel hier a dit quelque chose comme quoi il y a quelqu'un, mais il fallait affecter la tâche.
D'accord. Bon, je vais le dire à Frédéric alors, comme ça, au moins.
Ouais. Donc là, je peux vous laisser tout activer, quoi.
Oui,
si on entend
oui.
Rien.
Là, normalement, on
Nickel.
est bon. Ouais. Et après, si vraiment tu veux qu'on n'entende rien, off. Alors là, par contre, il n'y a rien du tout.
D'accord.
Rien du tout, mais par contre, il faut faire attention parce que là, si on démarre la. Voilà.
Ah oui. Il faut bien être. Par contre, c'est un peu troublant parce que quand c'est rouge.
Oui.
C'est troublant la couleur de ce truc.
Ah, tu veux dire quand c'est rouge, c'est ça.
Enfin, là aussi.
Ouais.
Oh, c'est rouge.
Oui.
Mais rouge, en général, c'est
rouge, ouais, sauf que C'est vrai qu'en vidéo, quand c'est rouge, c'est rec, c'est tout ce qui fonctionne.
Ah oui, c'est vrai que sur
Ouais.
l'audio, c'est une autre signification.
Ouais, le rouge, c'est vraiment quand c'est rec, ça fonctionne. Donc,
Ouais.
c'est attention, on est en train, ou attention, c'est celle-là qui est sélectionnée. Et
Ouais,
ce qu'on
bon.
peut faire aussi, voilà, tu peux dire,
Et,
tu peux faire un fade aussi, si tu veux passer du black avec une petite. Ça fait un petit.
D'accord.
Effet, la 5
Donc, style, c'est l'image.
Style, c'est l'image 1, black, c'est black, forcément.
12, c'est l'ordi là-bas. 3,
Voilà.
c'est l'ordi ici.
Voilà, si j'ai eu le vert, donc sur le petit, il y a le vert aussi.
Donc, c'est le 1.
Ouais.
Et cet ordi-là,
Cet ordi-là, c'est le 4.
mais on va jamais utiliser, si.
Si.
Ah, pour les performances.
En fait, là même, tu vois, la keynote remote, c'est le 4 qu'il faudra passer.
Tout ce qui fait en remote,
Voilà.
ça arrive ici
ça.
et on est là.
En fait, il faudra par contre attendre il faudra bien qu'il partage son écran.
Yes.
Donc donner l'autorisation, je ne sais pas si c'est fait. Et qu'il partage bien son écran, parce que c'est là, si tu le mets, par exemple, ça va faire Ah ben là, il y en a déjà des personnes qui sont connectées.
Bah, je vais mettre ça. Tous les participants pour partager, comme ça c'est bon.
Ouais. Qui peut commencer à partager quand quelqu'un d'autre en a. Ouais.
Alors, parfois, comme ça, on réduit
donc
les
là,
problèmes.
il y a déjà 4 personnes de connectées. Ok. Après, si on veut entendre.
Mais ils sont tous
donc, non, normalement,
sans audio.
Là, s'ils parlent, on devrait les entendre. Après,
Ah, t'as réactivé le micro de tout le monde là?
Là, en fait, si tu veux, donc si tu veux, cet ordi, il envoie l'audio sur la tranche 15-16.
D'accord.
Donc voilà. Donc en fait, ça veut dire que quand la tranche de console 15-16 est activée, on entend le son dans la salle.
D'accord. Et si tu désactives, en fait, ça coupe leur micro, j'ai l'impression.
Alors quand tu désactives, ça coupe pas leur micro, mais par contre, tu n'entends rien dans la salle.
D'accord.
Donc il peut parler, mais on ne les entend pas.
Ok. Je dis ça parce que bizarrement, quand tu as fait quelque chose, tous les micros sont activés et c'était tout désactivé avant.
Bon, c'est bizarre parce que j'ai fait ça. En fait.
Ouais, oui, ça m'étonnerait que ça s'est relié, mais c'était bien dans le moment quand tu as changé un truc.
Peut-être quand ils nous ont bougé, on va remettre le.
Ah oui, non, c'est ça. C'est ça, attends. Qu'est-ce que tu as cliqué? Clique. Non, mais je viens de voir tout désactiver.
Ouais, c'est énorme. Mais bon, ça n'a aucune.
Oui, mais il faut que ça arrive de temps en temps pour qu'on ne fasse pas de bêtises.
Non, là, c'est des gens qui activent ou qui désactivent leur micro. Quoi.
Ah, c'était Zoom. Attends.
C'est parce que ça n'a pas. Ah oui, voilà, c'est lui.
Tout disparaît. Oh mon Dieu. Mon Zoom ne fait pas ça.
Ah.
Peut-être c'est parce que c'est le Mac.
Ouais, donc là, c'est le 4 pour celui-là.
Ok.
Donc le son, quand il est enclenché, c'est bon.
Ok. Et ça, on ne bouge pas, même s'il parle trop haut ou
non,
trop
après,
bas.
on peut
oui,
faire varier.
C'est long, ok.
Ouais. Ça, c'est les micros. Donc ça, c'est le micro main qui est ici, le 5.
Le 5, c'est là-bas. Et ça, c'est?
Ça, c'est les deux ici. On va pouvoir les marquer aussi.
Peut-être, ouais.
Donc là, c'est en rouge.
Comment tu sais qu'il a le 2, qu'il a le 3? Tu testes?
On va tester. Donc là.
Et allumer, c'est bien là?
Alors, ouais, d'abord, il faut allumer là, derrière. Ah. Donc là, il s'allume. Moi, j'allume tout. Donc en fait, ce que tu peux voir aussi, c'est la fréquence. Donc 518 200, c'est celui-là qui est en dessus, 518 200. Et toi, si tu allumes celui-là, tu auras le 520 450. Et donc, si je mets celui-là, 1, 2, 3, allo, test micro, 1, 2, 3. Donc, celui-là, c'est le noir. On va mettre un petit coup de noir. Celui-là, c'est le rouge. Je peux mettre le rouge.
Ok. Ça va être pas facile de couper la main. Après, en noir, c'est pas la meilleure couleur.
Oui, c'est vrai que. Donc celui-là, moi j'ai le noir, et toi, si tu parles, tu dois avoir le rouge. Donc quand c'est rouge, c'est pareil, c'est toujours pareil. Quand c'est rouge, ça veut dire que ça fonctionne.
Oui, ça fonctionne. C'est noir, d'accord. On va laisser mettre le temps.
Si tu as le son.
Oui.
Ok, on est bon. Donc là, on a les deux micro-mains pour le public, ou alors pour les gens qui veulent l'utiliser, hein, c'est pas interdit.
Parfois, il y a plusieurs personnes.
Et là, on a les deux micros serre-tête.
D'accord.
Donc il y en a un ici et un sur le.
Mais ça, c'est pas marqué non plus. C'est lui
Non,
qui est
mais
là-bas, c'est
là,
bon.
là, par contre, je le sais, parce que celui-là, c'est le 2, parce que c'est le petit.
Et le 2, c'est
Et
celui-ci.
le premier, c'est celui-là qui est sur le bon.
D'accord, nickel. Donc pour l'instant, on peut laisser ça tout éteint.
Ouais.
Tu mets l'autre mon ordinateur. C'est 2. Pas 2.
Ouais, on arrive là. Il ne faut pas mettre peut-être sa caméra.
Laurent.
Ouais. Alors là, c'est ici.
Pour les questions, mais il y aura 2 étudiants. Vous avez recruté les étudiants pour les micros HF s'il y a des questions à la fin pas de suite, mais c'est pour les papiers. Ouais. Pour les papiers. Ouais, il y aura des étudiants. Mais toi, il faut que tu.
On va aller la configurer.
C'est comme hier qu'il n'y avait pas de
On va
caméra.
la configurer, donc il faut aller dans ici. Sortir de là, d'un mélangeant. C'est là. Voilà. Tu vas dans incrustation à l'amont. Là, tu choisis caméra 3. Voilà. Et là, si tu fais on, normalement, ça devrait le faire. Voilà.
Super. Et du coup, on montre la personne qui parle. C'est plus sympa pour
Voilà. Et si jamais ça je sais pas, ça coupe un peu trop, on peut le mettre sur off, ou on peut la changer, après on peut la mettre en bas.
Oui, ouais.
Voilà, on peut s'amuser.
Nickel. On est un peu DJ.
Ouais, voilà, il n'y a pas beaucoup de boutons.
Peut-être pas de suite, pas de plutôt linéaire.
C'est parce qu'on n'utilise pas tous les boutons.
Peut-être, oui.
Mais ok. Donc c'est lui qui va passer le micro, c'est ça?
Ouais, je pense. Si j'ai bien compris, c'est ça.
Donc, comme il y a deux, je peux aussi aider les questions. Donc ça, je peux fermer.
Là, ce qu'on va faire aussi, c'est après, quand ça va être configuré, c'est qu'on va faire des presets pour la caméra. Pour l'instant, je ne sais pas parce qu'on n'a pas fait des.
Quelle est l'application du coup? Parce que j'ai fermé.
Ah, ça, c'est pour ça là.
Ouais.
C'est la contrôle, c'est Blackbox.
Comment on ouvre?
Tu l'as dans les Finder, application,
Ok.
Après, t'es pas, franchement, on va pas beaucoup l'utiliser, quoi.
Ouais, mais je vais laisser ouverte parce que c'est jamais. Parce que j'ai pas l'habitude avec un mec.
Ah oui. Et après, on va configurer, après, je vais configurer la caméra pour avoir les presets.
Ok. C'est à l'envers, c'est normal.
Eh ben, c'est bizarre, ça me l'avait fait la dernière fois, parce qu'en fait, ça le met à l'envers sur Zoom, mais j'aimerais bien.
Ah, mais ça, c'est le.
Ah, c'est le.
C'est
Oui.
le...
On n'a pas testé le lien. Je là,
Je pense qu'elle a mis en ligne, je vais voir.
Hello, nice to meet you all. I'm so happy that you managed to come here with the COVID, the strikes, the late airplanes. Some of you are lost somewhere in Europe and sent an email saying I missed my plane, I'm going to catch up and so on. So thanks for being here. I am Michel Buffard and my colleague Jean-François, we are the co-general chair of the conference. And normally you should wear an orange t-shirt, but all the people with orange t-shirts are the staff, so if you need anything, just talk to one of them and they will do their best to help you. So this conference is hybrid. This is why we are less than usual for the ones of you who attended the previous webinar conferences. So we have a live stream on YouTube that is unidirectional, so for people who don't want to install Zoom and watch just the conference. But we have also a virtual meeting room, the Zoom session, where people can attend and talk and chat and so on. If you are in the room, of course, if you want to say something, just raise your hand. And we've got some wireless microphones that you will be able to use. A few words about if you want to tweet things and to share pictures or whatever, use the hashtag WAC 2022, even if it has been used by other conferences that are not related to web audio, but also tag with web audio conf. That will be the best. And hashtag web audio if you want to reach a larger audience. Also, we've got a Slack channel that I forgot to put here. On the home page of the website, there is a link to get an invitation to the Slack channel, the web audio Slack channel. I know that some of you are already there, and we have a sub-channel of this Slack channel called hashtag WAC 2022. Okay, check. Okay, check also regularly the program, the online program, because it is not 100% sure that it will stay stable during the 3 days. For example, tomorrow we had a keynote scheduled by André Michel, and he just sent me an email saying he has the COVID and he cannot come. So we've got to back up keynote, thanks to Paul and Noémie, that is going to replace André, but things might change a little, so check regularly the program. Okay, a few words about the events and how this conference will be organized. So this is the location for today and for Friday. Tomorrow we will be at Espace Miramar. It's a sort of movie theater very close to the sea, to La Croisette. So from the location of the conference to the beach, it's about 30 seconds walking. Okay, so take your swimming suit for tomorrow. If you want to get a bath, you'll be able to go to the beach during the lunchtime, and after the end of the conference in the afternoon, we will finish earlier than usual, so that you get some free time to work by the sea at the time. And then we got a banquet on the beach of one of the most famous hotels in Cannes, or something like that, where usually you can see Madonna, things like that. Unfortunately, they couldn't get a table tomorrow because we booked the beach. So we invited them. Okay. So also you got a ticket for the banquet, so bring your ticket. It's not mandatory. If you forget it, we will accept you, but we need to know how many people do not come to the banquet so that we can invite other people in case. Because I know that some people will miss the conference because of the COVID and so on, so the tickets are a need for us to know how many we are. Also, don't miss the concerts and the cocktail on Friday. Usually during this conference, we've got performances, so by people from the conference. So this year we will have remote performances this afternoon and in-person performances tomorrow in the movie theater location. And Friday we've got professional musicians that will come. Ensemble Speak from Hamburg, and Jean-François will tell you about this. Professional flutist that will do experimental things. Jean-François also will explain. We will have the famous, since Trondheim edition, jam session with people from the conference. So you will be recruited by Ariane. Ariane, you want to say a word?
Okay, so the ones that live in Norway know how that's going to happen, but I think mostly wasn't that. So we're going to organize people in small groups, 4 to 6 people, and have like 10 minutes time slots so that we play together. So we need to know how many people will play. So we have to talk to either to me or to Julie for the band and say which instruments are you going to play, and we're aiming for Sunday. So we organize the time slots, and that's going to be super fun.
So don't be afraid. She recruited me in Norway, but I'm not a professional musician. We don't have to rehearse at all because you will make some noise with somebody on your left using some live coding language, and another one with sensors on his muscles, and another one screaming in the microphone. And Ariane is the chef of guest. She's organizing all these things. So don't say, no, I am not good enough to play music. You are good enough. Okay, and this will happen in the open space. We will have a VG that will make some animations on the walls, and a cocktail with beer, wine, drinks, and food on Friday. So don't miss that, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I forgot that Ariane will do a performance keynote with musicians and with the software she developed. It will be a surprise, but it will be on Friday here. Okay.
Thank you, Michel. And hello everyone, welcome Michael, welcome Elias Tekobazio for this Web Audio Conference 2022. And we are very happy to welcome you here. And I want first to thank very much Michel for all the organization because he has done a huge work. And also all the team that and also all the team that has helped him to organize this with David here at the technical things and Pierre, and we will see all of them, but we will speak of them regularly during the session because they have done big work on this month of preparation. So we are very happy to welcome you here in this building. It's a brand new building, as you noticed that, and this building has been designed by an architect, and it was a contest of architecture, and then the number one is Christophe Belletti, and famous one. He won before Jean Nouvel. And Michel, I swear that tomorrow I will wear the orange shirt. There's no problem. I was in a rush, so during this conference, you will see some keynote papers, as Michel said, but also performances and demo. And all the different things we choose to explore the open space and the role of the buildings, because we want you to walk through the building and to be free to walk and to discover the spaces. And at the end of the conference, so Friday is a special day for the concerts, we will welcome Speak Ensemble from Hamburg. They will come especially for the conference. And it's an ensemble with specialized in improvisation and experimental music. So they will come to play with another ensemble from Nice, which name is Electronitza. And the specialty of this ensemble is that they are playing with electronic devices, and mostly MPE devices, if you know that was a program developed at University of Brazil. And we also have the luck to have a guest composer who is Jean-Luc Hervé, and he's a contemporary composer, and you will hear one of his last composition, which is #4, the sounds are turning around, and it's named the composition, with a flute player, who is a soloist from Ensemble Itinéraire, and an installation of speakers that you will discover during the session. Notice that these concerts will be in several places, so it's the same spirit. We want you to walk into the building, to hear sounds and to discover those spaces. And so we want you also to feel
W3C audio working group can exist today because we have many things to support, not the other way around. So once again, thank you. Okay, then here comes the question for the day. What's next for us? With next here, I don't mean a technical thing. That is, it's not about some features or applications that we are planning to ship in next quarter or a year later. Let's say all browser vendors stop investing on web music technology after 2024. What will happen? How about 10 years from now? Will our community and our ecosystem continue to be relevant? Will it still matter? Well, then you might ask, hey, you're making me uncomfortable. Why do you need to ask that kind of question? Why are you the way that you are? Like, I was celebrating 2 slides ago. Now I am fear-mongering now. But it's not without reason. So I'm going to spend a few minutes to share the story of how I got to this question. In 2013, I was an intern in Chrome team. I had a privilege to work with Chris Rogers and Chris Wilson, the founding fathers of web audio and web media API. I truly love what I get to do every day. Making demos, designing lots of proof of concepts. Then I joined the Chrome team as a full-time engineer to work on Chrome's web audio API implementation. Also, there was another fun team. Working with Paul from Mozilla and other members in W3C audio working group to bring audio workload to this world. And some years later, I heard a rumor that some people are questioning the value of the web audio team. That was a big moment for me. I thought that now I finally got my dream job and with a real world impact, so I thought I would be able to do this for another decade at least. I quickly learned that the only way to save the team is to step up as technical lead, to voice the importance of web audio and justify our work against the other team priorities. But at the same time, it felt like a big compromise to me back then because it meant I cannot immerse myself with the pure engineering fun anymore. But it was not all bad. I finally had a chance to learn about what other teams are doing, and I learned about their real-world impact. I saw their stats and metrics. That was another revelation. The web is a vast place, and web audio and media might be just too small for that. I'm not gonna lie, that made me question the whole premise of what we do. If there are competing priorities with big numbers, and web audio really don't matter much, how do we survive this battle? Before I came to US, I had my fair share of career as a musician. Then I was completely surrounded by people who are deeply passionate about computer music. So the music was the world that I lived in, just like all of you here today. But the evidence in front of my eyes says that I've been out of touch or even slightly delusional. Then I thought my revelation and observation could be useful for everyone in our community. This lesson and perspective can help us build something more meaningful, useful, and helpful, which leads to the real world impact. In turn, we strengthen the ecosystem so it can survive the next decade. This tweet is the evidence of my struggle in 2019. It was me slowly realizing that shipping awesome APIs and applications alone might not be good enough. So what did I do? Find a greater cause that I can be aligned with. When I heard some people in Chrome team, they wanted to ship powerful APIs that were not available on the web, I thought it could be something I could be a part of. That effort is known as Project Fugu. Why Fugu? That fish is considered a delicacy in Korea and Japan, but it could be deadly if it is not prepared properly. Powerful APIs can be deadly. We wanted to prepare them carefully for the web, so developers can use them with confidence. The primary goal of Project Fugu was bridging the app gap. The goal of this strategy was to catch up with the native platform by introducing powerful APIs to the web browser. That's exciting. The most notable outcome in this area was building Photoshop on the web. The strategy definitely makes sense for them because the Creative Suite is already massively successful on native platforms. So expanding to the web seems like a no-brainer. But how successful are they? According to their 2020 Q2 earnings report, the total revenue is up at $3.1 billion. Out of total, the subscription revenue was $2.8 billion, and the product and services category were about $250 million. Okay, then, how does our music software industry compare? To be clear, we were just comparing ours with Adobe's product and services in this bar chart. I didn't include the subscription revenue because that number was just too big for comparison. Our red bar is the annual revenue of the entire music software industry in the US. It makes you think, right? Let's top that with another graph. Here's a trend of the music software revenue, excluding plugins and sample use. Can you see the trend? I personally think 2020 is an outlier caused by the pandemic, but we never know. Two things. So roughly speaking, the entire music software market revenue in the US is smaller than Adobe's product and services revenue. Also, our industry annual revenue was pictured by 30% over a decade until 2020. During the same period, the US GDP growth rate was 2.2%. I'm throwing a lot of numbers here, but my point is the signal cannot be clearer than this. Our pie is small and shrinking. Let alone this shrinking pie problem, we might need a different goal or rationale. Our goal so far was to play catch up with native applications. That was our promise. So let's say if we get there, let's say we had all the things that we wanted and dreamed of, like round trip latency under 10 milliseconds, and highly optimized audio workload and WebAssembly combination, and improved SIMD support, better device APIs, and complete cross-browser interoperability. Then what? Perhaps we'll have web-based DAWs that are comparable or slightly better than native ones. Perhaps we'll have an open and community-driven plugin protocol that can be used by all web audio apps. That sounds cool and awesome, but to me, it looks like we will be pitting against the native software within the same old market. which has been constantly shrinking. We need to grow the pie, not jumping into shrinking one. And this money problem does not end here. If developers can be profitable, they will be. It leads to less content on the web. If there's nothing to consume, users will leave. And then when user base gets smaller, the platform investment gets smaller as well. And when the platform is not moving forward, that's another reason for developers to leave. This spiral continues until the entire ecosystem decays and fades away. But it could be better. So how do we flip the switch? Well, I do have some thoughts from some years of observation. I wouldn't say this is a solution, but it is from my experience working at a company with a bit of influence in many areas. I might name some folks and products, but to be clear, it's my own personal opinion and not an endorsement from my employer. First, content creation tools for social and short-form media. Well, let's face it. TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, the creator economy is the future. The good news is more people are interested in creating and producing music, audio, video, and whatever. Creators these days, they want it easy and fast. Who doesn't? They prefer velocity over quality. It's about getting stuff done. So now we're living in the era where good enough is the new great. This shift of the paradigm actually can work in our advantages. For example, Microsoft Word has a ton of features, but often people, especially younger generation, they love Google Docs or comparable web-based collaborative tools, despite the lack of the feature parity. Some web-based DAWs became quite popular during the pandemic because schools were looking for something that can be easily picked up by younger students for music education. In this case, good enough is definitely better than the great. These web apps can run on low-tier Chromebooks, and everything can be instantly accessible and shareable by clicking a link. It doesn't have state-of-the-art vintage compressor emulation or sophisticated analog modeling synthesizer, but does it really matter? Second, AI ML assisted media production. With this logic, we can say that not everything needs touch-up maestro or handcrafted musical material. There is a ton of opportunities in automating musicking with the power of AI and ML, what I would call artificial creativity. Magenta, HeardSound.com, Adobe Shasta, many people, many projects are already toying with this idea. I quickly mention these names, but I highly recommend you to look them up and watch the damn video. The future is now, it's just not evenly distributed. Perhaps people have Dolly. Is it too much of an ask to have that kind of thing for music making? Or GitHub Copilot, but for media programming? For all these to happen, you need networking functionalities that can take advantage of the power of cloud computing. Doesn't it sound like advantage for browsers? Why are these amazing types of panels are built on top of web platforms? Strange, huh? Okay, moving. Third, distributed collaborative video production. One of my jobs is being Christian partners. And surprisingly, many of them have said that they are implementing real-time collaboration. Or they have a plan to do in the future. It's kind of the old buzzword for the web apps, right? That's great, but what actually do we mean by real-time collaboration in DAWs? It's like having two cursors in the same project view, having a small chat or video chat window on the bottom right corner, or do we want people to perform together in the same project? First of all, the real-time collaboration is a feature, not a goal. So what's the goal of having the new and shiny mood of working together? I wrote about this framework a while ago in my thesis, but it still seems relevant. In short, musicking can be in the spectrum of two extremes, performance-oriented or production-oriented. In my view, the web can be a great medium for production-oriented tasks. Its nature of being ubiquitous and instant helps people work seamlessly, asynchronously, and concurrently. We want seamless collaboration because it makes the workload concurrent, not sequential. In my opinion, real-time is not an illusion. We should focus more on boosting productivity by making process seamless. Number 4, music education. I think we've already won the world in this area. Soundtrack and bandwidth are already doing great. We also have a futuristic medium like Ableton's learning web apps. I also heard SoundSlice is a very popular resource for music education as well. These awesome accomplishments are how people learn computer music today. I really don't have much to say here because the offerings from the native world hasn't been that great anyway. I guess one clear next step is to support high-quality audio, like low latency and spatialization enhancement with motion tracking technology in teleconferencing applications. That will change how we do music lessons. With the Chrome engineer hat on, here's what I am thinking for next 2 years. The audio application on the web is getting more complex and diverse. The platform can only keep up so much with the new requests and feedback from developers. So it's better to add more low-level, powerful APIs instead of high-level abstractions. Composability and extensibility always mean PDN. For example, WebRTC has been very powerful APIs that enable whole genre of application for teleconferencing. But it abstracted away many low-level components from developers. Like everything else, this can go both ways. Easier to use, but you lose specificity. Today, some people think that we might be able to replace this monolithic stack with a set of low-level components, like web audio, web codec, web transport, and etc. As apps become more mature and specialized, the importance of the powerful low-level capabilities becomes more essential. Yes, this is about bridging the gap. The near-term goal is still catching up the native platform. This is the roadmap of the Chrome Web Audio team for the next 2 years. In the first 6 months, we shipped audio context out latency and the new DevTool extension for web audio. The team is currently working on new APIs like render performance reporting and output device selection. Our summer interns are working hard on improving examples for audio workflow and creating a deprecation plan for script processing. In upcoming quarters by 2024, the team will be working on many things, reducing round-trip audio latency and worker support of the web audio and MIDI, pin-on-node optimization, better WAC integration for audio booklet. We are also planning an experiment to bring audio input selection on audio content. I hope this plan is aligned with yours. If not, perhaps it is a good reason for us to meet and chat. Okay, here's my final thought. It's basically me asking favors to the community. We are not about machine learning or NFT. So with high confidence, I can say that we are not going to get explosive attention from the world. A relatively small population will care about what we do. So our pie is not huge or ever growing like e-commerce or ad business. So things will get a lot easier when we work together because we're small. That can be done by establishing partnership. Even if you are working for different companies or different products. I think the community can set a common goal and push together. The partnership is the primary reason that Chrome Web Audio team still exists. If there are hero applications that the team needs to support, writing up rationale for the future investment is relatively easy. So talk to us, ask questions, and give us feedback. Does it really work? Well, I do have so many stories to share, but here's one. When a company reached out with questions around output latency, we designed, implemented, and shipped in just 1 quarter. We set aside the original plan because the partner came to us with a strong rationale why it is important to them. So you can improve your product, and we get credits for building something that people actually want. And also, now we have a strong partnership moving forward. So yeah, the way I see it, this is a win-win scenario, and the strategy actually works. Secondly, catching up with native apps will be the near-term goal. However, that should not be our final destination. Remember the story of the shrinking pie? I tried to shed some light on a couple of future directions, but I also would love to hear your thoughts on this. We need to talk more about long-term strategy as a community. Also, don't forget the browser can be the best of both worlds. In my opinion, it is the most capable general computing platform. And if we can bring the first-class audio functionality to the table, it would be an awesome space for creativity and media production applications. I think we're slowly getting there. Finally, here's my commitment. To support this amazing community, I do my best to convince decision makers and stakeholders in my company so we can maintain or grow the investment in this area. I'll also work with new team members in Chrome Web Audio team to improve the implementation and ship new features. And again, I will always proactively communicate more with this community or future partners. So please feel free to reach out. Well, that's all from me today. Thank you so much for watching this long talk with the devs. Cheers.
Okay, thank you, Chan. We will try to reach you on Zoom. So normally Chan is online, so you will be able to ask questions. Chan? Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we are trying to put you full screen, so double click. Okay, perfect. So Chan, thanks for the very nice video. I'm sorry, the YouTube stream didn't have sound, so we fixed that, but the Zoom one was okay. Okay, so some students will bring microphones, so you raise your hand if you have questions for Angcha. Any questions or comments?
I have a question. You mentioned the total revenue of user software in the US.
Right.
I think many, if I'm not mistaken, many major AWS are based in Europe. Do you know the total revenue of user software in Europe as well?
That data should be available on NAN's global report as well. Yeah, but I didn't actually capture that in my presentation. But I think the US revenue is, I think, the biggest in the world. So I thought that would be the most representative data.
Thank you.
Any other question?
Hey, thanks for the great talk. I was curious, when you're developing a new tool, how do you incorporate the needs of composers? Do you do interviews with them? Do you speak with different kinds of people doing different work? What's the process like when it comes to developing something new?
So when you say tool here, is that like the application?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm more of a platform developer, not application developer. So I haven't actually experienced that like ideation and design development process, but I usually talk to the partner who create applications like that. So in short, yeah, I don't have any direct experience, but I think it really depends on the company and applications.
And also, in terms of adding elements, adding new features or elements in the platform as well.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the most effective way that I've been tried in the past is collecting direct feedback from developer through the survey. I think that was quite effective. So we've been doing that the last 2 years. We have, I think we can do one more iteration of like collecting feedback from developers and application makers. But I think we should do a review feature first and then ask questions.
Thank you very much for the talk. I'm amazed and happy that from this point of view of big numbers and the commercial world of commercial impact, you're coming to the same conclusion as we people who are more into marginal applications and artistic projects, and that it's maybe not so interesting to redo the same applications we already have as native applications as well. Well, it's done, it's good that we did it, and it comes naturally, whatever that means in the web, but naturally, authentically with new features like collaboration, which is already something amazing. And then you mentioned some lines of where, as well in the commercial world, we might get a niche impact on social media tools and things like that. And I don't know where the question is. I hope just that there are some other applications we will get to too, because the web is still the new tool apparently. And I think beyond TikTok, there is as well a place for some more deepening approaches to making music together. And I'm happy that we're still around at this conference, but because I think this is a place where we can figure this out. As a smart group in collaboration, and yeah, thank you very much to insist on this point that the smart community must work together and across all borders of commercial, non-commercial, and big companies and small companies and private people. I think this conference is a good embodiment of such a community. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for the comment. And yeah, I 100% agree with you. If I can shed a little bit more light on those social media like TikTok, Instagram, those are just like an example of a media consumption channel. So what I think is interesting is a lot of big companies is investing money on tools for creators. I mean, I think in the future, those media consumption channels can be evolved to work in different things. We will have some different form of TikTok or different form of YouTube Short, but the question here is a lot of people have interest in creating short form media, and big companies are trying to invest more on that. So I think having some level of alignment with that direction actually give us like big leverage. So why don't we just like take advantage of that? So yeah, that was what I was trying to point out. But somehow we should, if my message was shown something like we should focus on supporting TikTok or YouTube Short, that was not the case at all. But
okay. I'm just to comment on your question. Is that you talked about AI for generating the application or whatever. So this afternoon we will have David Rousset who will talk about web audio and XR and VR. And it's from Microsoft, but he is one of the co-creators of the Bellinum.js JavaScript library for writing 3D applications. And I listened to a podcast where he was presenting something, and he talked about GPT-3 and DALL-E that have been trained at Microsoft in a week to read all the documentation and GitHub projects about Babylon.js. And just after, one guy from his team just made some demos speaking, please create me a chair, and blah blah blah. The code was generating, compiling, and running a 3D chair. Please make it turn. I want a cube on the left, a cube on the right. A bit like the AI that is generating CSS rules. I don't know if you tried it. And it took only a week. So on Chan, as a chair of the Web Audio Working Group, and we've got also the specification editor here, do you think that you could use these tools to train an AI to generate on demand using natural language some Web Audio code or Web Audio code?
You mean you're talking about actual code, not the like musical material?
Yeah, but code as well, so that means automatic conversion.
I mean, why not? Yeah, I don't think it's impossible at this point. I mean,
actually, I was challenging you.
Oh, you want me to do it? Okay. I'll think about it over the vacation.
Okay, and another comment, and after that it will be the coffee break. We forgot during the opening talk that we've got something new this year. It's we've got a Greek community that is represented here by Chrysola and Constantinos. Yes, so they are organizing Friday afternoon the WECML workshop that is about music, pedagogy teaching, and collaboration using the web platform for learning music, collaboratively, and so on. So they will have 6 research papers in this same room, so it's more than a traditional workshop that is more technical, you know, that we've got in the previous editions. So I encourage you to assist, to attend this workshop. I'll be there just to know what this sub-community is doing, and only hope to integrate it to the larger Web Audio community, and also take some time to speak with Chrysola and Constantinos and see some of the presented papers, because I think it's related to what Tom said, that we must find new kind of applications, not just reproducing the native ones.
Do we have to register or we just go?
No, just go, just go. It will be just sit here and you will happen. Okay, and I don't know if each one is here. We've got also a workshop about live coding languages. Is that all right? Yes, I think. Okay, so we have 2 workshops Friday afternoon. Okay, thanks a lot, Ochan. Don't forget my challenge. And we will have a coffee break and I hope to see you soon. So we've got a 15-minute coffee break, and then we will start the first research paper presentation.
Ouais, c'est vrai que c'est c'est vraiment proportionnel. Plus tu vas vite, et plus ça va vite. Et plus tu vas doucement, et plus c'est fun en fait. Comme si tu la passes à l'écran, tu vois. Hi, Joel, for the next presentation, okay? How do you want me to do it? With the laptop and the presentation? Yeah?
Yeah, we can try it, I guess.
Yeah, now or in 10 minutes? Like what? Now, you can do it now? Yeah. What?
Of course. Is HDMI?
Well, it's very new.
Okay, but if you have an adapter, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and I tested it.
Yeah, go for it. No, he's not connected anymore.
Donc je suis stéréo, ça va être dirigé. Je pense que c'est plus ça arrive avec eux.
No, there's no notes. Well, because you switch. Yeah. I might take the risk.
Oh. Okay. Nice presentation.
Yes, this is the actual demo. Where's the sound on the system?
I was supposed to be like this.
USB.
Yeah.
Okay. I tried it at home.
C'est pas visible. Oh. Ouais, c'est le premier qui ne marche pas du coup. Ah, okay.
Okay, let's try the sound. Yes. For the sound, you what is it? The sound for the soul.
Yes.
Donc là on est bon, on a le son, c'est ici l'ordinateur.
Les deux?
Oui, c'est les deux. On
Ok.
a le stéréo,
Ok.
apparemment.
Yeah.
You can turn
So the echo
on.
is mine.
Okay.
Ah, ok.
Good.
I'll try now. Okay. Yeah, because my volume can still be increased. I think. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then last check. Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll grab a coffee and we'll be fine. Thank you.
Si je mets on là dans la caméra, ils vont voir quelque chose.
Si tu mets on la caméra, il voit la caméra. Là, c'est juste du petit.
Comment je peux tester la caméra sans que personne ne voit?
Ah, sans que personne ne voit.
On peut pas?
Parce qu'on n'a pas de retour.
Ils vont voir alors.
Ouais.
C'est pas grave.
Et ce qu'on va faire, on va mettre, essayer de faire caler juste le bureau, on va mettre un preset. Ouais. Ça, on le fera après, je pense. D'abord, cadre le bureau, juste le. Ici, là, s'il y avait deux personnes sur le bureau.
Ah, le bureau. Oh. J'ai regardé l'autre truc. Hein?
On n'a pas le point.
Quel point?
Le point, c'est que tu vois, si tu zoomes, en fait, zoom sur marqueur. Tu vois, on est fou.
Ah oui.
Il n'y a personne. Et en fait, ici, on a c'est le focus en fait, qui te permet de faire la netteté.
Donc attends, je vais mettre sur Michel.
Michel,
Ne bouge pas.
Bouge pas. 2 secondes, on fait juste la netteté sur toi. Ah, si, il faut faire comme ça. Ah. Allez,
c'est bon, nickel, merci.
Je vais boire un café, je vais parler avec les gens.
Alors, donc, là.
Donc si on est là, on va faire un preset ici, comme ça on aura juste un peu plus lumière.
Oh.
Voilà, on va encore un peu peut-être. C'est sensible.
Là c'est bon, non?
Ouais. Et donc là,
mais du coup là on voit pas le truc.
Ouais, mais après on fera un preset ici. Donc si on fait un preset, on va appuyer. Ok, d'accord, super. Il faut d'abord les resetter.
Je vais le mettre ici pour faire le chairman.
Okay.
Ah oui.
Okay. C'est plus simple que d'être ici.
Oui. Vous avez besoin d'un micro?
Ouais.
Ouais. Okay. On va mettre le micro même peut-être. Ou alors je vais mettre un
mais
deuxième.
si quelqu'un veut utiliser le micro pour
ouais, je vais mettre un deuxième. Ou alors on utilise un des deux aussi. Voilà, ça ne va pas non plus sortir en micro. Alors, le bright. Alors, moi je vais faire un reset.
Écoute. Procédure. Et du coup là c'est la lumière ou t'as la main, n'est-ce pas?
Ouais, alors là c'est le bright. Bon, mais le bright, hein, ça une configuration choisie. Et là le focus, ben, ça fait le flou.
Ok, normalement c'est bon.
Et après on est bon. Et après je veux quand même faire un preset. Est-ce que c'est bon si je fais ça? Il me l'enregistre. Ah, preset 1. Donc là.
On a besoin de l'alimentation peut-être?
Oh, ça va aller.
Ok. Donc là, on a un preset, c'est bon. Donc le 1, on est sur la table.
Donc quand on clique 1, c'est
sur la table. Bon, il faudrait enlever ça, mais c'est bien collé. Reset 2. Il n'y a pas un reset all? Bon, c'est pas grave. Reset 3. Reset 4.
Il y en a besoin de temps.
Ouais.
faut faire peut-être sur
Alors
l'un
maintenant
et
sur le
tiers.
alors sur le tiers ça va être chaud, hein. Mais bon après on va se mettre comme ça pour l'instant. C'est grave. Alors preset 2. Après il faudra faire un sur la salle. On va désigner à fond. On va mettre un peu de variable sur la salle. Bon là c'est sûr qu'on n'est pas super bien placé pour la salle, mais c'est pas grave. On va mettre un right.
Là, c'est trop sur la fin.
Mais en fait le problème c'est qu'on n'est pas exceptionnel. On est 3. Preset 3.
Et il faut que vous regardez le streaming.
Ah oui, il faut
Ça,
le
c'est
couper
peut-être
d'abord.
plus important.
Bon, on va le couper et on va regarder si on peut mettre le truc.
Là, il va y avoir l'alternance entre des conférences ici et des conférences à distance.
C'est ça, c'est ça.
C'est vous qui gérez.
Oui.
Ça se passe sur cet ordinateur-là.
Alors celui-là, c'est l'ordinateur du présentateur.
Oui.
Et là où on a les à distance, c'est celui-là. Et c'est nous qu'on choisit l'ordinateur qu'on
vous
passe.
diffusez la vidéo,
Ouais.
et après vous passez en.
C'est ça, c'est ça. Est-ce qu'on a besoin de vous voir à l'image ou pas?
Bah, normalement, oui, c'est pour ça que je me mets ici.
D'accord.
Mais juste, moi, c'est juste entre les présentations, je présente la personne suivante à chaque fois.
Et vous ne voulez pas être sur le desk? Parce qu'au niveau pour l'éclairage et tout ça, c'est mieux. Pour les axes caméra, vous préférez être ici.
Ça m'évite d'avoir à transporter l'ordinateur à chaque fois.
Ah, pour pas rester sous l'écran, ça vous dérange d'être en face du public? C'est une question, hein, c'est pas une.
Oui, je verrai. Je veux dire qu'a priori, je reste ici.
Qu'est-ce qu'on a dit, 3?
3, c'est la salle.
D'accord, ok.
Et 4, donc on essaie de mettre le micro.
Ok. 2, on va se rapprocher ici. Ok, c'est bon. Celui-là, on va être ligne de choix et on va nous voir aussi un petit peu.
Vraiment quand même. Ah oui, parfait.
Voilà. On va mettre un peu de bright aussi. Voilà. Est-ce qu'on est focus? Voilà. Non. Et ça, c'est le 4. 7, 4. On va retester. 1, c'est la table là.
Okay.
2, c'est le présentateur. 3,
c'est
c'est la salle. Celui-là, on essaiera de le manier.
Je sais.
Et 4, c'est le tiers. Ou celui-là qui m'a la tête. Il faut d'abord passer peut-être sur le 1 avant de passer. On va essayer. Si on passe sur le 1 d'abord, ça va faire moins mal à la tête, je pense. Ouais, après 4.
Ok, 1, 4.
Ouais, parce que sinon,
D'accord, on est sur la salle.
Le 3, 4, ça fait mal quand même.
D'accord. Mais c'est juste qu'on reste sur le 3.
Ouais. On va couper le.
Mais ça va générer un autre lien du coup.
Je pense pas. Je crois qu'on peut pas le garder quand même. Alors celui-là, on est bon. Celui-là, on va le laisser. C'est vraiment que le YouTube qu'on prend.
Oui, non, c'est juste que je me suis perdue sur le bouton. Là. Ok.
Donc,
Je pensais que le 1 n'était pas partagé.
Ça, c'est quoi ça?
Ben, c'est la présentation de la personne.
Ah oui, parce qu'on est sur sa présentation.
Ouais.
Voilà.
Ouais,
alors, on est obligé d'arrêter.
Ok, on n'a pas le choix.
Ouais, je pense. Hein.